we have space on our big Manila beautiful textured papers. These are going to be so great to take in watercolors later that we can add, or oil pastels, and do amazing paintings for our Volusia County festival that we have, the Land Fall Festival. And then we drew one manatee. Now we're gonna do the second one. Maybe we did a baby, maybe with the small one, and now we're gonna do the mommy. Maybe it's time to make a mom for you if you made the manatee too small. So let's repeat the steps we started with. So first, decide how your manatee is gonna be positioned. Okay. Kind of figure it out how your manatee is gonna be positioned. I want to show you some stickers here from how much I love so much manatees. This is my computer, and look at all these cute manatees I have on my computer. I really love them.
Those are like 2,000 of them.
So these are some of the cutest manatees. I hope that you get inspired by them.
Why is there mushrooms?
So here you go. We are not calling out, thank you. So this is just to inspire you about the color and how we're going to color them. This one looks like there is some sun reflection. Maybe it's a sunset time. This one has flowers and it's done for Christmas. It has a mistletoe. So I hope you're inspired. And let's go through the step one more time. So position your hand like whichever you think that they should be positioned, how they should be swimming. Okay, I want to put my baby right next to the mommy, because the way I saw them in Blue Springs was that the mommy was like touching very gently her baby, and so she's going to be watching after her baby. So I'm going to put my hand here, and I'm going to make an oval. She's going to be so close to her baby, just right beside him, helping him along, okay? I did an oval. Step number one, oval, just like in the paper here. Step number one, I did an oval. In step number two, I'm going to make a circle, pull it ahead. In step number three, I'm kind of skipping. I'm not going to this style of face. I am going to this style of face, which is number 4. And I'm going to do the upside down heart. It's like a heart shape. Okay, so I'm going to do an upside down heart. It doesn't touch all the way, it kind of continues going. And the nostrils are just to the top. And the mouth is underneath like this. And few folds that connect to the body. Now we have to erase this part so that it's not in the face. And of course, cute little, small little eyes that have very gentle eyes, like this. And then connect this line, like make it a straight line, so it doesn't look like a circle. You can erase that part with a circle. And now you're going to do a flipper, so it's a straight line, and make it wider on the bottom. And they have like 3 or 4 lines here. And I'll make another one curling down this way, skinny at first, and then wider, like a sea turtle flipper. And we talked about the tail, like a mermaid style, so nice and wide on the bottom. Okay? This one is even wider than the mom. I might make the mom's flipper a little bit wider. I want it a little bit nice and wide. We talked about how sailors mistaken the manatees for mermaids. They thought it was mermaid. You can make the stomach, if you didn't do the stomach thick enough, you want that stomach, that oval, not to be, I walked around and I saw some really thin ovals. Manatees are really fat to keep them warm through the winter. And so they are not, so they have a lot of fat on their body to protect them from getting cold through hypothermia. So make sure that you have enough of oval shape, nice and thick looking like. Make sure your stomach is nice and wide, thick, okay? Check your arms should be skinny on the top and wide on the bottom. Okay, there should be some flippers like this, like a couple of lines. You can go harder over your lines now. And make sure you have lots of whiskers. So we need lots of whiskers on our cute face. And some of you already started shading. And we see all the shading on the face. And don't forget, so many whiskers. Even little dots, like it goes like this, put little dots all over the face. And then a bunch of whiskers, lots of whiskers. Have fun with it. Lots of little dots and lots of whiskers. Perfect. And you can start shading, okay? I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to show you more about shading and I'm going to come and help you. So thank you for your patience during the video. For those who didn't leave their seat to come ask questions, thank you. And I'm coming to help you now. So I'm going to show you how to shade. But you can look at the examples here and here as well. You can start a little bit of shading, or you can start using a crayon. And manatees are mostly gray, but if you wanted like a little bit of reflection of blue, you can use the blue and gray together. So everywhere where you have line, you want to put some gray like this, with the line being the darkest. You want to push hardest where the line is, and push light drawing where the body is, where there is no detail drawn, and that's going to give you like an illusion of a round sphere or round object like this manatee. So it's going to look like it's round. So you're going to make the lines again much darker, and then push hard on the edges. You got to push down hard on the edges. And that's going to give you the nice illusion of a shading and dimension, like if the head behind is coming behind the flipper here. Because I shaded around the head and give that perspective, that shade, the three-dimensional object look. So that's how we're going to shade. If you want to make some reflections of water on the manatee, you can do some lines with crayons. We're going to achieve this with watercolor. When we go next time, we're going to start maybe painting in this class. Definitely not on an ER, early release date, but we will do it when we have a little more time. We're going to finish coloring our manatees today. Okay, something like this. I'm going to show you my close-up. Something like this, and you can raise your hand, and if you need help, I'm going to come and help you right away. So I'm going to pause the video and we're going to finish in a bit. Okay, so we are going to choose, if you're studying all over, you can also choose whether or not you're going to do your poster vertical, meaning like this, or you want to do it side by side. I recommend doing side by side for this, just because we're going to also do sunset in here. So we're going to have like orange colors and reds and sunset yellow colors right here above there. We're going to use crayons and watercolors to resist with beautiful colors to give the sunlight coming in and seeping in into our beautiful painting. So we have pre-drawn this together with another class, together with me, and I showed you some example of my stickers as well. So I'm just going to do my paper horizontal, okay, going sideways, not up and down, but side to side, just because I want that to show a more of a landscape and the water view, so I have more space for my manatees. So at this time, again, we are going to be using crayons, and when you're shading, I would like you to shade using like really dark shading on the edges, okay, like this, and then you can use gray, and use the gradient like we were studying about shading to make it lighter and lighter and lighter. In the middle of the belly, it's the lightest, so there's almost no color. And as you come to the edges, you give it a nice shade. Okay, go over those lines because this is where the water will resist, the watercolor will resist, and the crayon will stay there creating all these beautiful shades. So you're gonna outline and push hard on all of this when you're ready. We're gonna be shading in a little bit, but right now we're gonna make another manatee. So you're gonna use your hands and kind of do like this on the paper, like I did it here. Okay, you're gonna kind of decide how they gonna be swimming. Okay, so my mom, she's making sure that the manatee is nice and safe, and she's holding him with his flippers, and she's being very tender, watching after him. So we're gonna do, so you can put your manatees facing this way. And the first step let's do it over again. I'm gonna do a smaller one. She's gonna have like 2 babies. There's gonna be another small baby. You can do a big one. You can do as big as your hand. If most of your manatees usually come small, just remember, use your whole hand to create your manatee. Okay? And we are going to get started. So this is the step by step. And we are going to first start with number 1. And that's an oval. So we are going to do oval, and I'm choosing my baby to be, I think he's gonna be somewhere here, right in front of the mom. So I think I'm gonna put his body like this, like a little oval right here. And he's gonna be smaller than the mom, so that's why my oval is smaller. But your oval can be nice and large, bigger. If you're doing the mom, you can do a bigger one. And so that's an oval shape, and then I need a circle shape for the face. A circle shape. And then for the face, facial feature, if you notice, this is like more like a circle, but then there is like a heart. But the heart is upside down. So I'm gonna do a heart inside of the face, but it's gonna be upside down. So the heart is gonna be upside down. So too wide. Use almost, you this way, baby line where the mouth is, and you this way. The nostrils and the neck is underneath it, so it's kind of like straight, and there's a couple of lines because they have lots of flat here area of the body, folds of skin, and the eyes are kind of on the side right here like so. And the head is actually flat, so I'm going to go straight down into the body now. And the oval line that I made here, I am going to start erasing the extra line. I'm also going to erase part of the circle that I don't need. I'm just going to keep my face the way I can erase the circle I made before. And I'm just going to make some eyebrows and under eye kind of circles here. So I show like the flaps of the face. So there's a couple of neck folds here that go there. And a little indentation around the nostrils and like so. Then after that, we can do the cute little flippers right here, these. And they're sort of like a sea turtle, so it's skinny here, the arm, and then it widens for the flipper. Nice and round for the flipper, and it has kind of like divisions here. And same thing here, I'm going to do another one. It's like a straight curvy line, very wide at the flipper, and a couple of lines like that way. And because I already drew some manatees here, I don't have much space for my tail, so I'm just going to make it like behind this guy. Mine is going to disappear here behind this guy. But the shape of the tail, it's like a mermaid tail, so it's nice and wide. Okay, like a teardrop, really like a really large teardrop. If this continued, it would be like a Hershey kiss. So nice and loud, wide, almost like a purse or a backpack shape. Okay. Hers, I think, is better. And their bodies is kind of more fat because they get really cold during the winter, so you can make sure that you have a belly here. And erase any lines that make him look skinny, because you really want him to have nice, and erase this part where you connected your tail, so it's just one piece. Wow, because we have Blue Springs here and we love them so much, we already know, most of us know how manatees look like. So I'm gonna make another one more time. It's gonna be really tiny here. I'm gonna repeat the steps. I'm gonna make a small oval right here. Then I'm gonna make that wide tail like a purse, like a bag. Okay, I'll put 2 lines here so you can see it. 2 lines coming this way. I'm gonna make a head. This is the baby. And don't forget the little upside down heart. And then erase these lines in the middle that come into your face. You just wanna erase them. Okay. The nostrils are really cute. They're right there. The eyes are on the side of the face, little eyebrows, little under eye folds of the skin and the neck and the mouth. Connect the head flatly, so even this line like flatly, and push hard with your pencil, because we don't want that circle to be showing. We want the head kind of be within the same line as the body, like that. You can do these folds. This just shows that it's a 3-dimensional curve. If this was a circle, it would be a sphere. And so we are having like this shape, right? An oval that is now in 3D. And the 3D shape is the cylinder. So it's a cylinder kind of shape. So we are shading it on both sides, and shade also the bottom of the tail a couple of times. As you can see, the darkest are here at the edges, like I was showing you before. You're going to do that with your crayon. The darkest, and then the lightest, and the white is here on the side. Almost no color, right? Don't forget the manatees have cute little, like these, lots of these dots and whiskers, long whiskers. They feel for their food with them. So put lots of dots on their mouth and whiskers, lots of whiskers. Look how many. That's a lot of whiskers, okay? So put lots of whiskers, and I forgot to give my baby some flippers. And skinny, and then wide. Skinny, and then wide again. And we want to shade each and every manatee so that they look 3D. And we are in 4th grade, so we want to really give it dimension. So go over the lines you made with a pencil. Find a nice black or gray crayon. And shade everything very carefully, like these examples here. And remember, when you use that watercolor, you really want this to be shaded so that the watercolor doesn't cover over your detail work. So you want to cover every pencil line with a black crayon so that when you put watercolor on it, otherwise the pencil line will disappear under the watercolor, because you might put like purple or some darker watercolor blue, and then you're not going to see the cute face of the manatee. So make sure you outline everything really good with the crayon. That's the most important, so we don't lose the definition. You can also take an artistic license, and like I showed you with my stickers, they don't have to be just gray. You can have purple manatees or light green or turquoise or even a pink belly manatee. You can even do some stars on them like here, made out of almost bubbles looking like. So the shading can be in different way. Light lavender. This one is a Christmas manatee I have here. So Christmas is coming soon. But don't forget our exhibit that these go to is fall. Gilland Fall Festival. So fall colors are beautiful. Oranges. And some of the orange is gonna, like the sunset, is gonna go into the water. So we're gonna add some orange tones into the water. Once you're ready to start coloring, don't forget to put some fall colors. The sunset is going in there. But then this is all gonna be water, and we're gonna, they come up to breathe, right? But we're gonna put some wavy lines to make the water look like it flows. Okay? And then you can also peel your crayon and make like a nice even cover of the water with like green and turquoise. Sometimes the blue springs look like it's like turquoise green, rather than it looks like blue. Even the name is blue, but in reality, our springs looks more like turquoise or green, like almost an emerald green in certain sun. So I'm gonna teach you the trick of peeling your crayon, especially when it's broken. It works really well by peeling it and putting it on the side and adding some shadows underneath the manatees with like purple. Purple shadows is a good way to show it's a shadow. So the manatee is casting the shadow. The shadow should be at least, the shadow should be at least as big as the manatee. So I'm gonna put purple shadows around them. And then the rest of the water should really be like green and turquoise green and blue. With the top of the water, the top section having a like gorgeous sun, like lots of yellow and oranges. Like maybe the sunset is happening. It's the magical time of the day for the sunset. And look how easy, right? I'll peel my blue crayon, and you can use your pencil, put it underneath your paper of the crayon if it's hard with your nails, and just start it, and then it's peeled really much easier if you use your pencil to peel your crayon. And when you peel your crayon, when you're done with it, lay it on the side again, and you fill areas with blue color so much easier. Look how quickly and evenly I can just go over, laying it on the side. And it's gonna give me an even coverage for the water. I'm gonna even put more blue onto my manatees, even though I'll put some gray too, but I want some reflections of water on my manatees as well. So you can make these lines in the water, which will suggest that there is sun coming in from the top, like sun reflections. If you ever dived, you've probably seen like sun coming in. And I'm gonna put some sun coming in on these straight diagonal lines from the top. Let's imagine that the brightest sun is here in the corner. So the sun is coming this way to the manatees, to the water. Some is gonna reflect on their bodies. And look, I don't even pass my own test because I didn't outline my pencil, and I'm about to lose the definition of that beautiful manatee there. Because as we said, we have to use the black crayon and really outline it good so that when we could put the watercolor, we don't lose our definitions. So we have to make sure that everything is outlined. I'm gonna peel my green pencil as well, so I have lots of beautiful color. And that's gonna make a beautiful wax resist, which is the technique in our standard to study and to do in painting. So I broke it like that. Now I peel it nice and easy, and I can put like my bottoms. The deeper the water you go in the springs, the deeper and darker the water gets. So on the bottom, I really want like dark, deep green all around the edge. And always check if you find areas on your manatee that don't have the black crayon. Always go over it and find all those areas because you don't want to have it not outlined. Make sure they have whiskers. Okay. So we do want to put a lot of that crayon down. Leave some areas unpainted, so some areas will also receive watercolor without any crayon underneath it. That's gonna give you like a clear look to your watercolor and gonna give you like a different look. So leave some areas of the paper like white where you want the lightest colors of your composition. Wherever you want the lightest color of your composition, that's where it should be the lightest. Okay. And the shadows should be the darkest. You use nice and dark shading there. Like underneath it. Like I said, purple looks really nice as a shading color. So every time you think it's gonna cast a shape, like in physics, underneath of head, underneath the flipper, underneath the belly, we're gonna cast a shape. And now I'm coming to assistant help, but as you can see, I left some areas unpainted on the manatees, but I did use some gray. Don't forget, yeah, use some gray too, but leave some areas also unpainted because we will put some watercolors on this. So as you can see, this is my composition. If you like it, give me a big round of applause. Thank you. And now is your turn.